We choke in
At
finals.
this point, we're only winning at the lineup of freshers.
Can you do something about that?
That's
though?
literally
Like,
it, bro. Nah, honestly, but 3-1-3.
Yeah, no, everything that could go wrong went wrong on the day. I won't lie. Everything that could go wrong.
Chita le batho ba sing rich. You are like, "Kore, stay in your tax bracket, means nothing." Can't sing and be like, "No, what do you say?"
Now, what do you mean?
Talk
I
about
can't get cum laude in medicine, guys. Please. Please.
Kete.
Are you getting cum laude? Thank you. And then
I've
what?
been failing this, man.
And then have a one about yeah.
But you know, black households, yo.
Just tell the
You know
truth.
that TikTok video of that old Magogo who says,
Ay, bona.
okay, let's put in the context of human. If you want to play an away game as a gent, is that not a sign to actually go away?
It was clearly a sign for thugs.
Oh, what was it I was saying? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Varsity Unplugged. I am your girl, Nomuhle, and I'm here with my people.
Hello, everybody. This is Tiamo, and welcome to another episode of Varsity Unplugged.
Hello, everybody. This is Kat. Welcome to the episode.
How are you guys feeling today?
Clearly, we are tired.
Yeah, no.
no.
I feel like I'm the one holding the balance.
must
between
carry
you
us
guys.
today.
Yeah, please, we are
It's been
tired.
tough, nah? Anyway, on that note, before we even proceed with this episode, can we please take a moment of silence for the Rugby Eagles team?
Okay.
Ugh.
I had to laugh there, no, because
Cat.
31-3, guys.
Yeah, no.
It's so bad.
It seems as
tough
if
week.
we never beat the allegations
Aish.
Off.
that we are just on a losing streak, isn't it?
We are
Catching
chokers.
else.
Like, honestly, hey?
We choke in
At
finals.
this point, we're only winning at the lineup of freshers.
Can you do something about that?
That's
though?
literally
Like,
it, bro.
aish.
Nah, honestly, but 3-1-3.
Yeah, no, everything that could go wrong went wrong on the day. I won't lie. Everything that could go wrong in that final.
Yeah.
Boy.
Do you
it
think that
went
they're playing
wrong.
it's because they played on the wrong field?
I think
Maybe.
so. I think so.
Aish.
And also with rugby, you have to consider elements, right? It started raining before the game. The ball becomes slippery. So if you can't adjust your game, it's easy to get chopped.
Mara, rain brings blessings.
Not in rugby. Not in rugby. Not in rugby, guys. No.
Come on, dude.
If you can't adjust.
Okay, let's put in the context of human. If you want to play an away game as a gent, is that not a sign to actually go away?
It was clearly a sign for thugs.
Ew.
Oh, what was it I was saying? What was it I
It
was
was
saying?
clearly blessings for thugs because they won. You know what I mean?
For real,
But
yeah.
they showed up on the day. They were clearly the better team. So yeah, man. But something interesting is happening on campus.
Yes.
You know, there's interest going on.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we spoke about what's going to happen now since Varsity Cup is no longer
over,
there.
yeah,
whatever.
Here's another way they
Yeah,
keep
you
the
know what I mean.
culture.
So they keeping the culture up. People are busy. Sports is going on. So yeah, they've changed the whole system of interest. I don't know if you guys noticed. There's FacSoc now, where it's faculties and societies playing one
yes.
league, and then there's the residences playing another league, right? And so far they've played like 6 games.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of games.
But busy must-
People have been supporting it as well, from what I've seen, and they've had tournaments in between.
But do they get a lot of support? Because I usually see people, they don't, they don't show up, especially during the weekend.
Yeah, but what I've seen during the week, right, is that people actually show up. They start Kabuma 3.
So the week is better than the
Yeah,
weekend.
the week is
Because I
better
think
than the
everybody's
weekends.
here, transport's available.
Yes,
and whatnot.
definitely.
So weekend,
And then there was
becomes
a
very
final,
difficult.
the other cup, the tournament thing that they host in between during this past weekend. And there was support, man, I won't lie. Like, people showed up, it was busy. It felt like a mini Varsity
Nah.
Cup
Yeah.
But I think also it's because they
situation.
open it up to other people as well, like off-campus residents, societies, you know.
Yeah, like for
Now,
example, Khatole is standing at the top in netball.
you see what I'm saying?
know
They're
what I
at the
mean,
top.
yeah.
Yeah.
So these things help because they're including so many other people. That's why the
Yeah.
support is also gonna
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
expand naturally. So
Yeah,
that's
but
nice.
hopefully it grows. It grows
I
into,
hope so
you know,
too.
it becomes part of the school's
Yeah, because we have nothing
culture.
else to rely on. I mean,
right.
after
Literally.
next week, what's going to happen to us?
Literally.
If we are not choking in finals, we don't qualify.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But also with that, is there something we can do about it? You guys can't shake every time it's finals. We have to do something about it. The
Here's what
nerves
I
need to
think.
go down.
Here's what I think. all of us should go to Soccer Institute and hold hands surrounding it and put someone at the center of it and do something.
To do what?
To pray at this point. Because what the
That's
hell?
gonna make them more nervous.
Will it make
Okay,
them better
Sharp.
players?
Let me ask this, ne? When are they going to go into, well, qualifying for next year's Varsity?
Nna rato ema mo lebating, a rato.
Because how else are the boys going to win?
Eish.
But I think with qualifying for Varsity Cup, they need to play USAs again this year.
Yeah.
And then win at the USAs. I don't know how it works.
Imagine going through
but
all
I
of that
think
trauma.
that's what's going to happen.
Knowing very well that you're not going to be playing in October.
But well done for the boys who actually did play in the final. Guys, getting to a final is like a big thing.
It's not easy,
Just because
man.
we lost now, we're just like, it's a big thing. The tournament happens over so many weeks. And to beat so many teams to get there.
It doesn't stop the trolling, bro. How did we came as Eagles and left as
I saw
pigeons?
that.
Ah, the pigeons.
Like, bro.
Guys, no, this is not
But
funny
we were doing the
anymore.
same thing to Mantis.
Yes,
Then-
we were doing the same thing. We were also trolling them. I remember.
Nah, it's not funny now because it's
Yeah.
us. So since it's been graduation season, there's been a lot of things happening, both good and bad. I think, Tiamo, you can start with the good thing before.
So there's something that's been, it's a good story, right? About Lethabo Malek, right?
Yeah.
So Lethabo is a 20-year-old LLB graduate. I'm not sure about the age. I think it's 20. But yeah, he's an LLB graduate. But Lethabo his story is not normal, right? He got bit by a pit cobra when he was 10 and it made him blind, right? And then in matric, he was part of the top 20 learners who matriculated in the country, right? And he studied LLB at University of Limpopo, right? Wow. He managed to graduate his LLB cum laude with the blindness and everything. And I think that's an amazing story. And I just want us to shout him out, you know? Just give him a hand. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, honestly, big up to you.
That's very motivational.
Yeah, it's very.
We have no excuse.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Kat is giving me. Kat is looking at me like, no, what are you saying?
No, what do you mean?
Talk
I don't get cum laude in medicine, guys. Please.
Go ahead,
Please.
Rafael.
Guys.
Kate.
Are you getting cum laude? Thank you.
Anyway.
Talk about walking in faith and not by sight.
It's
a
Boy,
joke.
nah, you cooked.
It's a joke.
Nah, you're on fire today.
Anyways,
Nah, he's on fire.
Yo.
But speaking of the bad, imagine somebody impersonates you and takes your certificate, your big moment, walks across the stage and literally takes your certificate pictures in front of everybody. And wait to right?
Fighting.
So a lady by the name of Tandy, as Nomuhle says, Tandy was late for graduation.
yes.
A man who had not even been attending school, was not registered, had failed, was just afraid of telling his parents that, hey, dude, I failed. He says he even tried to kill himself, allegedly. Right? He comes, takes her what's this? Her name card, and literally goes and sits in her seat.
Yeah.
They call
He
Tandy's
goes and
name,
walks up.
walks across the stage, takes pictures. Hey,
Oh, no.
so Tandy comes, hey, Chief, what's happening, guys? My name is Chief. We see that you're already inside. What are you trying to do? And that's when the investigation was, what it came up now. Who's the person that's inside there, right? Unfortunately, I don't think she's going to get her moment again.
Nah,
She won't. That's like a once in a
won't.
lifetime
Like, that's
situation. They're
just
not going to
sad.
reverse it again.
That's just sad.
Yo.
Big ups to him, though. He got his
But you know
pictures
what my
and
thing
stuff.
is? In that moment, what's going through his mind? Dog, you're posing with your mother. I saw a picture of this man posing with his mother. They're holding a certificate.
That doesn't even
Your
have his name
is
on
not
it.
even on it. What do you tell her?
Guys, na ne ke re o mira la favor wa ka routing eriki ke go tsele.
wow.
Kante he made it his whole his
Yes.
own moment.
All right. So can I ask you guys a question,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Let's say you are Sipho, right? You failed dismally, and the expectation from home is weighing on your shoulder. Do you tell them or do you find a way?
Okay.
I'd keep quiet.
Person.
And then what happens when it's graduation?
Again, disclaimer. I'm going to do it like this. I'll get a certificate using AI, print it
Damn.
out,
Damn.
get home and say, hi guys, I've graduated. Great. Why were we not there? Ishkemata, only one person was allowed. Are they going to believe me? they don't have a choice. They don't know what happens in my university.
It's a big moment. I'm sure
I'm
your parents are going to keep asking, when are you graduating? When is the ceremony happening?
Okay, but I'm going to use the excuse. You know how black people are. If your parents come, if your aunt must come.
Yeah.
No.
That excuse works. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was only one person
I'd
allowed.
say just tell the truth, bro.
And
Guys,
then what?
I've been failing this, Malema.
And then have a one about it. Yeah.
But like, you know, black households,
Just tell the truth.
You know that TikTok video of that old Magogo who says, Sasi Zingo Jafela?
Bona.
You know how to work away
No, I'd tell the truth, bro. I'll just tell them, you know what? It didn't go as planned. Maybe we'll try again next year. You know what I mean?
Say it in Fenek.
Ish oledi waitsi khaleke zama zama,
Uzama
Uzama ing.
I failed one module. I might have to go back. I'd rather lie about the amount of modules I failed.
Yeah, actually, okay, that's better.
I'd rather, yeah.
Because apparently, the last time he was registered was 2023.
Damn.
It's 2026.
Lena.
There's no
Come on,
saving
Kishoba
grace for
Tsai
this, man.
No,
No, we had to make a plan. Shame.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
I think at the cost of someone else's
Skisi
movement and whatnot.
Also, now I feel
I
like-
disagree with that.
Imagine, out of everybody, you choose this one specific person.
She was late.
guys. Imagine those people that were sitting next to her seat, they're like, hey, chief. And then
Exactly.
who are you, bro?
Or,
Like,
or the people who know Tandy. Her name gets
Man,
called and then
wrong.
somebody...
okay, but how
Yeah.
come nobody said anything?
I was also saying, like, are they not allowed to be like, hey, someone, like, interrupt the whole process rather?
Yeah, but
The
it
friends,
happens,
man. Yeah, like-
mutuals. I don't know. But also, black households, they're very strict on academics, hey?
Very
I don't know
strict,
if
very
that's
judgmental.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because when I know Moturi mate.
Nah, it's a bad thing, bro. It's I'm sorry to say this, but imagine somebody who has not gone through what you're going through, telling you that they expect you to live up to a standard that they said. Nah.
Yeah, but it's mainly because they invested, bro. Like, they want you to do well.
That's great,
You
but
know
the
what I
government
mean?
is paying for me, so...
Yeah, also.
What if it's not that? What if this, like, it's not the government, it's their pocket, their money, and
If that's the case, then sharp, I'm entitled to know what you're doing with my money, chief. But expecting me to live up to your expectations is not fair. And that's why we fail in life.
Hey, guys, just pass, man. To
Just
avoid all
try.
of this, just work hard, graduate, get your own certificate.
Guys, I don't think you guys understand. This thing is not easy.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Not everybody can be
should
letabo, hey?
have a balance.
True.
But this at the same time, understand if I come go
Yeah.
Our next generation of parents are just going to be...
I'm worried.
Oh, shame.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very worried.
I'm very
I don't
worried.
know.
Why?
I feel like we might be too understanding.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
Felicia's
way
dad.
too understanding. I don't think we're gonna find
Felicia's
a balance.
I'm
dad.
Felicia's dad, but we'll get into it.
Oh, yes,
Me
it's
personally,
fine.
I know.
So if anything, if South African politics had a most likely to go viral thing going on, I think Helen Zille would fit into
Yeah,
that.
no.
Bona number one.
Right?
Ke betha ka yena.
Like,
Look, I saw a video
yeah.
of her in the boat just canoeing there in the middle
Bro.
of the street, and I don't know if it's campaigning.
Love her.
You know the song, row, 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 your boat up and down the stream. Like, she's living all of that. Like, she's really living all of that. And she's, I think it was ANC MP Kusela Diko who said that she's very effective opposition because she's pointing out all the issues that are happening in
issues,
Johannesburg.
yeah.
But what does that say for the ANC that is leading in Joburg?
Okay, before I answer that, my question is also, do you think, because we talked about this last week,
Yeah.
about gimmicks in politics, you know, do you really think it's going to translate into votes? All these things that they're doing? Because we have elections coming.
I don't think so, unfortunately.
You don't
Yeah,
think
no.
so?
No.
'Cause-
But the reason why I'm saying that is pot meat kettle. How is Kaelicha? How is Langa?
You know what I mean?
How is that side?
I was gonna talk
of
about
Cape
that,
Town,
yeah.
of Western Cape, where you are leading different than Joburg. Simply because you left your
and came
house
this side.
and you want to come here.
Bro,
right? That's
they
what I'm
had Tshwane.
talking
There was a
about.
time where the party had Tshwane,
Right.
and Tshwane just went downhill.
Billions
You know what I
in
mean?
debt. Right?
So,
But I think it's a good thing. Like, she's pointing out things and it got fixed. That pothole, because apparently it's been there for 6 years, guys. Basai Lukisi and whatnot. So after they saw that video, it like gave attention to this issue. And I really think if you're gonna be a well-known person, use it for the right stuff. Like she
you
used it
think
for
that
the
was the right
yeah,
stuff?
because I mean, look now by Lukisite, I think for further issues as well, like that should be the approach because clearly that's what makes things happen.
For me, it goes back to this: is it really going to get them the power that they're yearning for?
I don't think so.
You know what I mean? Sharp, it gets it fixed, but do they really think in their minds it's going to translate to votes? Because it won't. People in Joburg are aware of the fact that you guys had, like you said, Kylie, you had Langa, you had, you know what I mean? And also their parties considered a bit...
Exactly. You had Tshwane, the capital city of South Africa.
You know what I mean?
And
So
you did nothing.
you did nothing about it. But yeah, hopefully people vote and they don't vote against their own interests. We tend to do that as South Africans. We vote against our own interests.
True.
But anyways...
I think before we let go of this one and touch on to something way more controversial, right? If anything, if they want these things to translate into votes, charity begins at home.
Yeah, bro.
Do something for the people at home. Because does it make sense for you to say, okay, no, simply because I was born in Joburg, I want to go and fix Joburg?
Yeah, no.
What do you know about Joburg when you've been in Cape Town for years and years, right? But again, shout out to her for rowing the boat.
Yeah, no.
She's highlighting
I think she's
these issues, right? But now as a black person, I would ask, okay, Sha, you're coming here with your inflatable things and whatever. But what are you going to do for me?
Yeah, true.
As a black man, I see what you want to do for Joburg, for Sandton, for Rosebank. Fat. What about Shawelo?
Exactly.
Do you go to Shawelo? Or are you staying in Small Street? Where obviously, Small Street. Exactly. So are you gonna go to Soweto at some point? Are you gonna go to
Mara hanyane ke re thomile no. Ka di boat tsa bombiwa. We tla ko di other stuff.
You know what I think? The people in Kailicha thought the same thing. It just never happened. And I don't think it will start in Joburg.
And I think that's one thing that we are losing as young people. Like, nobody's interested in these things anymore. Like, it's funny, yes.
Do you think we're not interested because we're tired of, complaining about the same old thing and we're just losing that momentum, or we're just naturally not
tired is an
interested?
understatement. However, no political party right now touches me as a young person. Nobody talks about me as a young person. Outside of the EFF that talks about your student debt, the likes of the ANC that talks about jobs, VAT. But nothing concrete has come from that.
But I don't think it's also advisable as a young person to step away from politics, because politics determine what happens around you.
Literally, you can't escape it.
You know what I mean? So go vote, be invested in it. Like they always say, your vote matters, whatever. It sounds a bit cliche, but be involved. You know what I mean? Don't step away and say, these people, they steal money anyways, whatever, and then you don't do anything about it. Be involved, take your time, go vote, do some research, you know what I mean?
Yeah, read up on something, so that you can be well informed in things that we're saying. Because it's one thing for you to complain about what's happening in South Africa, but what are you doing about it?
Yeah, it's true.
What do you do? Are you even registered to vote? Like, if I'm going to go and vote, but are you registered? Do you know what it means for you to go and vote? The steps you have to take to go and vote, right? But that's fine. Story for another day.
We are where we are, so.
Speaking of that, the fact that elections are coming up, do you guys think the story of Julius Malema is going to affect, the voting process on, more partying?
I think it's going to have a major effect on
Do
the
you think
campaign
so?
itself.
I feel like our people, like
The
by
reason
the
why
time
I'm saying-
elections come, it'll be out their heads and then they'll be back to oh my word.
The reason why I'm saying it's going to affect the campaign in its entirety is simply because, okay, maybe it doesn't matter, but now you're losing the non-black vote. And I think, if anything, every political party is meant to be diverse and whatever. As much as the EFF is
Wait. Please repeat that again. I didn't get you there. You're losing the non-black vote?
Yes, like from your coloreds, your whites and what?
Who's losing it?
The party itself.
Okay.
Hence I'm saying, because now they're going to approach, okay, let's say for example, they go and campaign and go to a white neighborhood. Hey.
The whites never liked them anyways.
Again, which is why I'm saying, you're already losing all of that. But how sure are we that black people are going to show up?
I think they're going to show
They
up.
will, man.
I definitely think
They failed to show up in 2024.
I think
What makes us think they're going to show up now?
I think the best thing that happened yesterday is that lady, she sentenced them to 5 years. No? But the best thing she did afterwards is
Was grant them leave to appeal.
Yeah, leave to appeal. Had that not happened,
then he would have been in prison as we speak. Yeah.
Anyway, just to give background context to people who are watching and don't know what's happening, the sentencing stems from an incident on July 28, 2018, when a video went viral showing Malema firing a semi-automatic rifle in the air at the Sisa Dukashe Stadium in Eastern Cape during the EFF's 5th anniversary celebration. So that is why.
do you guys think he's being targeted? Or do you think, okay, Sharp, this guy committed a crime?
I say yes because it's politics. I feel like you always have a target on your back when you're in politics. That's why I would agree with the first. But
I feel like he should have gotten a suspended sentence.
But do you think he's being targeted?
I think they're trying
With the conviction,
to prove a point.
Let's start with the conviction and then also with the sentence. Do you think Sharp, he was guilty and then he deserved the sentence, or even the lady who was in charge is targeting him as well?
I think the sentence on its own is just
It's ridiculous. No?
diabolical.
Yeah, 5 years
I
is a lot.
think-
Oh, guys, that's a bit harsh.
We've seen people at graveyards. Nothing happens.
Look, I'm not saying that anybody is above the law. And somebody said yesterday that it's going to set a precedent to say, let's say he didn't get the conviction, right? Are we saying that if an ordinary person like Tiamu would fire a gun, because of that precedent that was set in that court, he is not meant to go to jail as well? Is that what we're saying? Are we normalizing possession and use of firearm in public? I'm just saying that the sentence should have been suspended.
Okay.
And not because of political purposes, but simply because, chief, where's the guy who gave him the gun?
yes.
He did not just find it out of nowhere. Where's the person? Why is he acquitted? Right? Why is the white bodyguard not there with him?
I think with this issue, what we're failing to do is to separate the personality from the issue. You know what I mean? He's a big personality, and I think, for me personally, I think he's being targeted with the sentencing, the conviction, sure,
But the
committed a crime.
sentencing,
the
yeah.
sentencing is a bit diabolical.
Because when I was listening to the arguments earlier in the case, they said 20,000 people were in danger. Where are they?
Way.
Where's the statement from the police that says, no, I felt very, I think I was affected by the fact that this person was shooting. Exactly, there's trauma, I had mental health. Where are those people? Are you guys now cooking these things and saying that 20,000 people were in danger? In what world? Because if you see the video, everybody's screaming, everybody's shouting, everybody's enjoying themselves.
Everyone is happy.
Yeah, so I understand what you're saying. It's a bit of a target.
And also after so long.
Hey, 2018 though.
I mean, we're in 2026, 2026, and it's only now that this issue is being brought up. So
And I think what makes it worse
saying it's a target.
is that the case is being brought by people who say there's white genocide in South Africa. So that just proves our point. The magistrate as well is just of a
strict
different.
lady,
Exactly, dude. The way she was talking. If anybody's talking my gallery, you will leave the court. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean we're gonna leave? It's a public area, bro.
Moving right along, we have some couple drama, and I really feel like in every episode we've been shooting so far,
guys,
it's
there's always
always
something.
couples breaking up. Mopela batho. I don't know what's happening, but hey, man. So Mimi, Shandesh, and self-made Barbie, right? Mimi was in a relationship with Shandesh, and apparently, allegedly, she.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Shandesh Koloa Makompo.
Yes, I would a good thing.
Yes.
So apparently Mimi cheated or was cheating on Shandesh with self-made Barbie. And now that they officially broke up, Mimi has matching braces with self-made Barbie's car with the whole pink situation going on.
That's a soft launch.
Yeah. So nice though. I think that's
That's a really
nice.
cute soft launch. Yeah.
Same. Unfortunately, it's sad because someone else was involved. I think if it was innocent, third party or whatever the case is, it was going to be fine. But now that issue, it's again. I mean, I'm guessing Shandesh is not feeling well about it.
But I saw this thing happening more. I saw it on TikTok. It's been trending on TikTok.
Yeah, I think
and there's so many things being said as well. Because I don't know Shandesh Lena.
The one with the Jeep, is that the Barbie girl?
Yes, makes sense. It's pink.
The Barbie girl.
So she was alleging that this one, she could pick up Mimi from Shandesh's house, and then they would drive to, and then Shandesh would call at 12, and then this one would Uber back to that one. It was a whole.
there's
commotion.
drama.
But I was speaking to a friend about this entire thing, right?
Yeah.
She was invested in it. And she was telling me, oh, no, but this person, it's not the first time that she's involved in these cheating scandals.
Mimi.
The Barbie.
Oh,
the Barbie
so
girl.
big.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not the first time. I think because she has money, right?
Yeah.
She has bought an ex like a Mini Cooper.
Yes, I remember that story.
So this is not her first rodeo. You know what I
Guys,
mean?
I don't think you should cheat if you have money, hey?
Why?
You want to show off, Mus.
But
Have you noticed broke guys?
Actually,
No,
let's finish
broke
it.
guys. Nah,
Hey.
broke niggas. You never know if they're cheating. Has a gen and that gen cheats on you? How are you gonna tell? Whereas somebody with money will come and show you flashy things.
Oh, but jumpies.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like they'll keep on not about cheating.
Why?
For show off. At least what benefit? King, something good is coming out of Huchita. Ukrilo koloi or something.
And then they repossess it.
Just make sure they don't replace. Okay, the bag. You're about to get the bag, phone, stuff like
As
that.
opposed to Borotoka Mai Tagela, ne?
do you know that line by Casper? Bring me back my please Kwan.
Yeah, bring it back. I'm a person. If I buy you stuff in a relationship and we break up,
That is so petty. If you're like this, beefing. Cat, you see why I said cat?
unless
guys?
it's sentimental.
You see why
like
I
your
said-
pictures, your bracelets, and
Okay.
Maram Chana.
Why outside lo tsa gago?
If I borrow you my hoodie,
in the first.
So hold on.
Exactly. If you want a number,
you know how these things. For example, if I borrow you my hoodie,
I borrow is one thing. Buy you something.
if I buy you, for example, a hoodie and I like it,
buy yourself another one. Cat or wrong with
Bring it back.
So wrong.
no, the reason. Nah, she loves me. I love you, babe. Look, if anything, this happened to me.
So he's coming.
It happened to me, dog. I got a gift on Valentine's Day, right? I don't celebrate Valentine's Day simply because I don't like the exchange of gifts. It creates an expectation.
It's also very performative. That
Exactly.
Eish.
She buys me these gifts, vad. After we break up, bring back my this, bring back my her. You see now?
Guys,
And then I gave them
let's
back.
not-
So Rihanna, you are the same now. Lena.
No, I'm not necessarily the same, but most of my, you remember, you know me, I don't have bad breakups. This is the first one. So I am applying that culture on other people, except this one. But anyways,
Oh, hey.
my man, I'm going
On
back
a
to my
public
point.
platform.
Going back to my point, right? I don't think that rich people should be cheating because they show off a lot. Guys, we do things for show. Oh my God, my man bought me this. Oh my God, my woman bought me. Well, guys.
If there's one time to not cheat, is when you have money.
Dude.
And I
Because it's
think
not like
it's the time you
Makotumela.
should cheat.
If, for example, they bought me a new iPhone. Oh my God, let's unbox it.
Batswadi. Ke reketse ke motswadi.
And then
O
it
kry-le
slips already was
promotion ko
bought by
mmerekong.
Cat. No.
Imagine. O reketse ke motswadi. Time o nna go thembisa. O nna kae kae.
Mara listen, in Shandesh's story, le bo Mimi. Mimi o na le tšhelete. It's not
Okay,
like
if
she's
all
broke.
three of them have money, then sharp.
Yes, it's just that Barbie has more money.
Then all of them.
I think so. I think she's
I think she
balling.
owns a construction company.
Yes. So at least I jump in that context. Maybe I had a context here. If you're under rich, chita le batho ba sing rich. You are like, go stay in your tax bracket, maybe something. Because Okas jump is our regular gift. But I'm making sense. I think it's like that. So whenever cheating,
Yeah,
because
there's
when
no-
I tell
you won't be shocked.
Hey,
There's no shock value.
Hey,
Yeah, I got a Louis bag.
motswadi o kry-ile promotion wena o re mara o nna ko thembisa so re ke tsamaye ke cheatele batho ba thembisa he and then he ke na le tšhelete ke cheatele batho ba tšhelete because e ka se jumpisa. I could simply just say, oh no, I was saving up or whatnot.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching this episode and making it this far. Please make sure you catch us on YouTube every Monday at 5 p.m. as well as on PNW TV every Tuesday at 5 p.m. See you on the next one. Bye.